being younger, definitely doing a lot of shooting practice with my older brother and my dad at the park because we lived across the street from a park. So we would go there every day and work on that. So it's definitely, I think, a specialty of mine, and I'm never not confident enough to let one loose from outside the box.
Jack McGlynn, the 21-year-old, had 90 minutes versus Venezuela, 1 goal, 1 assist, led the match in chances created with 3, and a passing percentage of 97%. Okay, Jack McGlynn. And that rising star joins us now on Morning Footy. Jack, how does it feel? I mean, what a banger from long range like that.
Yeah, it feels great. It feels great. Thanks for having me on, guys. It's definitely an amazing feeling scoring your first international goal. So to finally do that is definitely a big achievement for me.
So walk us through that goal. You get the ball in the pocket, you have this space in front of you, and you just let it fly. But in the build-up to that goal, what were you thinking? How was the match going for you? And then when you got that opportunity, how'd you capitalize?
Yeah, no, I found myself, I think, in a pretty good pocket. I saw that I had a chance to get the ball from Caden and that there was space in front of me, and I have a pretty good shot. I'm pretty confident in myself, so I thought, why not hit it? And thank God it went in. Yeah, the match was going pretty well. I think we were dominating, so I think we just needed 1 goal to kind of open it up, and then they came after that. So it was definitely good to get the first.
Yeah, and when you talk about first, you always remember them. But for me, when I look at, longer camps, I'm always interested. What is it like? Can you take us into camp? What have the vibes been like? You got 1 game under your belt. What's the mood of the team? Who are you normally kicking it with? Take us into not only the locker room, but just the camp vibes in general.
Yeah, the camp's been awesome. Having the new staff here has been great. The first kind of 8 or 9 days were all about kind of getting our legs back because we all came from off season. So it was all fitness and kind of just getting ready to play 90, which now we're all good and we don't really have to do that. We can just focus on the match. But yeah, the group's been great. I've been kind of hanging with Walker Zimmerman and Indiana. Walker's a bit of an old head, so I've been trying to keep him young. It's kind of tough to do that. So yeah, but those are kind of the 2 guys I've been hanging with the most.
Jack, it feels like you've been around forever. You're only 21 years old. I guess that's a product of coming out of the Philadelphia Union Academy. You had 4 goals last season with the Union. Talk about your growth as a player from last season into this camp and where you are right now and what's gone into that growth.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of finding myself in better positions. You said I had 4 goals. I want to at least double that this season. I think I can definitely do that and kind of be the guy to get more stats for our team and help us get into playoffs again.
When you're shooting like that, you better.
Yeah, so I definitely want to have more goals, more assists, kind of be the guy to do that for us and get us into playoffs, which is where we deserve to be.
In recent years, I'll say in the last 2 years in your MLS play, Jack, I've really seen you take on a leadership role in terms of getting on the ball, dictating the flow of the game. Yes, your guys' organization has produced a multitude of young players, so it's nothing too crazy that a 21-year-old is low-key the guy, but you do it extremely well. You've been quoted as saying that your experience with the Olympic team was a learning experience. Can you talk to us about exactly what you learned in the 3 games coming in off the bench and then getting the start against Morocco in the knockout game?
Yeah, I think coming off the bench, you kind of just want to come on and make an impact, and I think I did that pretty well in the group stage and kind of earned a start against Morocco. Obviously, that didn't go too well. They were a great team, and it was a tough game. But to play against, say, France in France and against Morocco and basically an away game, it's definitely going to help you and prepare you to play in MLS games and kind of be ready for that environment because you're playing in one of the toughest environments you could possibly play in there.
So, Jack, it feels like you're coming into a crucial time, right, with the World Cup looming, and you're finally coming into form. Do you have your eyes on potentially moving to Europe maybe after this season? Is it something that you're interested in? Because it seems to me that watching you play, you really start to understand spatial recognition, but also anticipation. And you're not the quickest guy on the pitch, but if you're the smartest guy and you can drop golazos like you did against Venezuela, then you're going to be wanted around the world. So what's your kind of thought process as you move forward through these next 2 seasons?
Yeah, like I said earlier, kind of getting more stats. I think I'm definitely capable of that. But I think, like you said, I'm kind of understanding the game more, finding better pockets, so I have more time on the ball. And I think if I have time on the ball, I can create a lot for any team I'm on. So playing in Europe is definitely a goal of mine. Whether it's now or in the future, it's definitely a goal of mine because I know I'm capable of it. And hopefully making that World Cup roster. That's every kid's dream, and to have it in the U.S. would be even more special.
That's what I like to hear, Jack. Let's go.
That's what we love to hear. And you've definitely. Sometimes it's about talking the talk until you can actually walk the walk. But for you, all of these things are very real. But for me, I love to focus on where one is at the current moment. Right now with the Philadelphia Union, you guys have just hired a new coach in Bradley Carnell, who knows the league extremely well. So I'm wondering, what have your conversations been like with him, if any, and what do you expect from yourself to be able to produce for him in this 2025 season?
Yeah, there's been just a couple texts. The team's in Spain for preseason, so I know they're all busy and working really hard. They just had a game, so there hasn't been too many conversations. But I know once I get there that I'll fit in right away, and I'll do my best for the team to try to be that guy. And
what was that conversation like? And then did Mauricio Pochettino say after, "Hey guys, we got a designated penalty kick taker"?
Yeah, no, it was just we both wanted to take it, and he got the ball, so I was like, oh, I'll take it if you don't want it. And he told me he wanted it, so I was fine with it. I trust him. If he's going to take another one, I trust that he'll score it. So there wasn't too big of an argument. I think it kind of got blown out of proportion, but. Yeah, hopefully if there's another one though, I'll take it, and I'm confident enough that I'll bury it.
Just grab the ball first. That's all I gotta say.
Spoken like a true striker over here. But no, for real though, Jack, I love the ability to be able to keep those moments in house, but also to just smoothing them out. Because at the end of the day, what matters most is that you guys all stay on the same page and keep firing on all cylinders. And when you talk about firing on all cylinders, I asked you before we got on air, it's bangers only for you. You don't like tap-ins. Who doesn't like tap-ins? Jack McGlynn don't like tap-ins. Only thing that you like is outside the box. Where does that audacious nature come from? Was it when you were younger, all you would practice was hitting heaters from 30, 40, 50 yards out? Or where does that come from, my bro?
Listen to the center back talk. Like, you get so excited about this, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Who doesn't get excited about goals that hit the top bins?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, I think being younger, definitely doing a lot of shooting practice with my older brother and my dad at the park, because we lived across the street from a park. So we would go there every day and work on that. So it's definitely, I think, a specialty of mine, and I'm never not confident enough to let one loose from outside the box.
Jack, when you're coming up through the system with the Philadelphia Union, was there a professional that you tried to emulate? Was there someone that you look up to? And is there one now that you watch and you say, okay, his game's similar to mine, and I want to continue to do the things that make this player special?
And you're not allowed to say Charlie Davies. You are not allowed to say him. You cannot do that. Anyone else?
I say growing up for me was Steven Gerrard. I'm a big Liverpool fan, so that was kind of my guy growing up. And then it kind of moved to David Silva, just because he played more the way that I would like to play, lefty, kind of creative, he wasn't the most athletic guy, but he would find ways to beat people on the dribble, score, assist. So I think that's kind of the guy that I think was very underrated, obviously, but I think that's who I kind of look up to.
Oh, wow. Whenever I see you play, I think of Matic, I think of Busquets, I think of players who are just very in tune with the game, high IQ, but I think you have a better shot than both those guys.
I think of Odegaard for you, but the here and now, though, we talked a lot about your pathway, about where you maybe see your career going, and I love how you talk about it all. But the here and now is that the match against Costa Rica is on the way. Los Ticos, they are trying to get themselves back into good stead. Talk to us about what you are looking to accomplish individually and collectively from that fixture.
Yeah, individually, just kind of building off my last performance. Obviously, it was pretty good. So I want to play even better. I want to have more of an impact for the team. I could be a little cleaner in some spots, even better defensively, winning more duels, stuff like that. But I think as a team, it was a good performance. I think with a new coach, new system, kind of figuring each other out, how each other play. So I think now, even this game, it'll be even smoother for us. So I think we have a really good chance to get a win.